Stolen funds will be recovered, corrupt officials will be jailed, the final report will be published, and the UK takeover of the TCI is inevitable. Those were just some of the hot-button topics discussed at last night's Chamber of Commerce as residents discussed the way forward. In his remarks, FCO Director of Overseas Territories Colin Roberts indicated to an anxious crowd that the partial suspension of this territory's constitution is certain, citing that there is a level of unprecedented political corruption. Roberts said during his speech that the evidence which came out of the recent Commission of Inquiry was, quote, beyond what UK officials expected.
We've been watching the Commission of Inquiry with shock and concern in London. I can tell you that the sort of things which came out in the public hearings, the sort of things which Sir Robin Auld has revealed in their extent and seriousness are considerably beyond what we had expected. And the concern felt in the United Kingdom by ministers, not just ministers in the Foreign Office, but ministers in the Department for International Development, ministers in the Treasury, the Prime Minister himself, is very serious. And the concern felt by our government, to whom we are all accountable, to whom the Governor is accountable here, and to whom I am accountable, the concerns of our Parliament have been very clearly expressed.
These concerns, said the FCO Director, is ground for the current application of the Order in Council in the Turks and Caicos Islands, which is currently being dragged on by 3 legal battles. Salt Key Golf Club developer Mario Hoffman and Turks and Caicos former Premier Honorable Michael Mizik and the Governor against Dr. Kemp Kanai. Hoffman is attempting to keep his name out of the final report, while Honorable Mizik wants the UK to alter their decision to put into force the Order in Council, which will suspend parts of the country's constitution, and the Governor is appealing the decision to have Dr. Kanai's name removed from the final report. In the meantime, Roberts said not suspending the Constitution will be irresponsible of the UK government.
We are doing everything we can to overcome them, and we will continue to do so. And I can assure you that the British government is quite confident that we will be able to do so fairly soon. And the reason why we need to do this, it is very clear to us that some other kind of solution, and it's been suggested to me here in the last sort of 24 hours that maybe there's another way. Maybe we can come to some kind of an agreement and the government can continue and put in place some of the reforms itself that Robin Auld has recommended. We do not believe that that is the right way forward. We believe that we have to take drastic action. And the basic reason is this, that if we were to do anything less, there would be absolutely no credibility in our response. And there would be no credibility for the future of the Turks and Caicos Islands.
Roberts went on to say that while investor confidence is dim and financial resources are near nil in the Turks and Caicos, there is a contingency plan. The FCO Director said that the UK has heightened its efforts to polish the tarnished image of this territory and prosecute those corrupt officials and restore sound public finances by noting that special investigators have already been assigned to that task.
It is an enormous pity that with all the millions, billions of dollars that have flowed through this territory in recent years, the government is effectively bankrupt with no reserves. This is fixable, and we will fix it. The second thing is, as Sir Robin Auld has identified, there are a number of problems in the systems of governance which have enabled the sorts of wrongdoing which he has identified to take place. We can correct these problems, these systematic issues. We can put in place checks and balances to make sure they don't happen again.
While Roberts firmly stated that the partial suspension of the Constitution is a top priority for UK government officials at the moment, the FCO Director noted that Turks and Caicos officials in the public sector will have a chance to be instrumental in the decision-making process once the interim administration takes over. For WIV4 News, I'm Angie Toussaint.